Now, I really actually liked watching you on this track because you did this track really well. Just you, honestly, honest to God, you lost the point. There's 0.3 seconds difference between you and I on this track, and you lost it on a single part of the track. If you hadn't failed that one part, it's likely you would have been within 0.1 second of my PB. So yeah, let's watch. This first 11 seconds again is fine. You do this. This is absolutely nothing wrong with this. This is exactly how you should do it. Just one thing to note is that at this second checkpoint here, you can gain about 0.1 seconds, but it's not really important for rounds. It's not. Yeah. Don't even worry about that. Unless you want to get Daddy 1 or whatever. I don't know what you want, but. Then we're going to this next corner. This is fine. I mean, I feel like you forced this driving along here rather than it actually being a part of your line. But, I mean, it doesn't end up costing you that much. In fact, you stay with me the whole time anyway. But this next corner is where things get a little weird because this is, can I go free camera? I don't know why I fly around. Where are we? Here. Alright, this corner is really strange. You can see, even though there's only about a car space between us, it changes how the corner is taken, like, totally differently. Because what you are aiming to do is to go over this this little hill here and sort of, like, ride with it and try and take as little a jump as possible and use that to force yourself around the corner, like you'll drive around the corner. I mean, that works great when it works. And to be honest, if you're comfortable doing that, just keep doing that. Like, because if you watch what happens here, you stay with me. You stay with me through the corner. The only thing is that if you were going for TA in this, you would want to experiment more with my line here. Because what happens with my line is there's a slight risk that you could bottom out on this hill because you're taking it much more aggressively and straightforward. But what the trade-off is you don't risk sort of running up this hill, because with your line, if you take this and you get too big of a jump, there's a risk you will actually shoot up this hill and you'll sort of slide upwards and lose a bunch of time. Whereas this way, I'm forced to go with the track. The only risk is that you could bottom out on this hill. Honestly, there's no real good way to take this corner. The only difference between your line and my line is who's going to get Daddy 1. Because this line is the only way I've been able to match Beppino through this corner. So yeah, that's fine. Keep doing that. But yeah, you'll see, you do fine. You are doing absolutely fine here. You do this section here faster than I do. And coming through this corner, we are even. We are even here. Like, you're doing so great here. And then this exit, I'm iffy about, but for you, because you aren't quite as good as me, not to like toot my own horn or anything, this is great. This is fine, because you will, it gives you safety in this corner, which is good. And you don't lose any speed, which surprised me. I mean, I think you lose like 0.05 or something pathetic. But I mean that's something you have to build up, is to gain those little 0.05 advantages. But this, yeah, I mean, like, because my line was a little straighter, I get a little bit ahead, but I have to go wider into this corner, blah blah blah. But this is where things go wrong, and I'm sure you're gonna see exactly what happens here. Yeah, that's not good. What you've done there, you literally lose 0.3 seconds just because of the way you've done this corner. Absolutely important to get the wide line on this. My line forces me to take the wide line, which is good for me, because then I don't have to think about it. But yeah, you really, if you're going to take this more safer exit, you have to be very careful to make sure that you point your car towards there, but you're also careful not to go too far and crash into anything. Because yeah, from this point forward, there's not even a car between us. And yeah, this gets ugly. This you go out wide, and all of a sudden I've gained probably about 0.1 seconds there. But this is where it gets worse as well, because you've got the shitty exit speed from there. you can't actually make this next jump properly. Even though you go over the center part, which gives you the biggest jump, I've gone over the side part, giving me a smaller jump. You still don't make this jump properly, you bounce. And that's cost you another, it's cost you stability leading into this corner, meaning that you can't take it as safely. And I think it shows in the way you take the corner, and that ends up costing you more speed here. Because if you see this, you take this really inside, and it's, yeah, you end up losing about 0.15 because of that. And I mean, that's not even your fault on this corner, really. It's just because of this corner right here, where you got a really bad line on it. If you'd taken it more correctly, it would obviously, you'd be able to take a lot smoother, get right into the corner, commit to it, and then have a really nice line through here. Now, interestingly, through this last section, you don't have any problems because you actually take this faster than I do. You gain about 0.05 through these two checkpoints or whatever. So you're fine there. But yeah, I mean, watch this video as many times as you need to go over these sections. But yeah, on this track you are doing great. You can probably get pretty close to my time if you correct this jump. If you want a Deddy 1, there's a lot of really subtle things, but they're not that important right now. You got to focus on making sure you have, these big chunks of track right that end up costing you 0.3 seconds alone. Do I write anything else? Yeah. I mean, like the 0.3 seconds you're behind on this track is just lost in that corner. That's the only. I mean, you correct that and race the rest of the track the way you are. Like, do this corner properly because you'll have stability from landing from this jump, and then do the same ending. You'll be up with me. You'll be up with me, and I think it's Ventil and whatever. I don't remember on this track, but yeah, you'll have this track down. Anyway, yeah, watch it as many times as you need.